Alright guys, we're back on this Troybilt Bronco. We just got done fixing the drive belt on it. Customer had another complaint that they can see some smoke when they're running, and after I started this thing, you could actually hear a sizzling sound. And what it is you can see all the oil and everything there on that valve cover. It's leaking right down there on that exhaust. So we're gonna pull this exhaust cover off, pull this valve cover off. I think we got to loosen the shroud for the top of the motor here, the air dam, whatever you want to call it. I'm having trouble speaking today, but I've known these things to leak, so let's get this thing pulled off and we'll see what we can do to get it sealed up and back running for them. Alright guys, there's 4 bolts that hold this thing on. There's one there, one back there, one over there somewhere, right there in that corner, and one up along this side here, right down in there. We're going to start out by pulling them out. So this just takes a 5/16 socket. Got my 1/4 inch little impact here. Zip them out. There's that. And yep, got to pull the dipstick out, and this should just lift right off of here, just like that. Set that off to the side, and as you guys can probably see here, this thing's been leaking for a little while. I'll get that all cleaned out of there. Oops, sorry, you guys couldn't see. I'll get that all cleaned out of there, and we'll start pulling this valve cover off. After you get all this stuff blown off, you gotta blow yourself off. All clean. Alright guys, got you all set up on a nice tripod here. Hopefully it's good and steady. There's 9 bolts that hold this valve cover on. There, take a 10mm socket. So got my DeWalt impact here, my little 1/4 inch drive. Do this. And of course you drop that one down on the ground. Got to push down a little bit to get these ones out. And get the socket stuck in the there we go. And get your socket stuck back in there. Trying not to drop the bolt, which I did. We'll get her back. So there's all those, and we'll get this thing popped off here. I'll bring you back when I get it off. Alright guys, I ended up pulling the exhaust off here because the muffler mounts to this valve cover gasket here. It's just 2 bolts on this side. There are Torx head cap screws, so just pulled those out. Got me some towels laying down here, so now we're just gonna pop that off there like that, and yep, right there's the leak. One right down there. I'm going to get this cleaned up some, get the valve cover cleaned up some. I'm just going to shoot some silicone on there. You can get a new gasket, but this one seems like it's stuck pretty good on the back side. It's just this front side here, probably from the heat from the exhaust, making it expand and contract a little bit there. So let me get the camera shut off here, and I'll get this cleaned up, and we'll throw some silicone on it and be back in business. Alright, y'all, we did end up popping that gasket off of there. Like my buddy across the pond, Mower, says, we got down and dirty with it, cleaned it all up good. Used some brake clean. I slathered her up good with some black RTV, and we're going to slide it back on there. Use this little nut driver here to get these bolts started. We're just going to hand tighten them right now. We'll get all these put in here, and then we'll let her sit for about 20 minutes to half an hour. Let that silicone kind of set up a little bit, and then we'll put the hammer to it and torque them down. And it should take care of this problem with this overhead valve Kohler engine leaking oil down on the exhaust. And it's not just the Kohlers. I've seen the Hondas, I've seen Briggs, I've seen all of them leak out of these valve covers at one point in time or another. So you guys see a little bit of oil coming down from a motor like that, give her a look, and I'll be willing to bet that it's the valve cover gasket there leaking. And you can buy a new one. This one here was in really good shape. It wasn't broke or anything. So like I said, we just slathered her up with some black silicone, and you can use black, gray. I like the gray. Black's what I had on hand here. So we'll get her torqued in there, and we'll bring you back when we get this all done and get ready to put the muffler back on. Alright guys, we got the valve cover back on, got it all torqued on, got the muffler put back on, got the shield put on the muffler. The only thing left to do is put the guard on top of the motor, button it down, and I won't start it up for about 24 hours. Make sure that silicone seals up good and solid. But there we go. I'm not going to show you guys putting that cover back on the motor. Goes on the same way it come off. A little bit of mechanical intuition, like my buddy from Jason from Pate's Performance would say. Put it back the way he took it off. So I want to thank everybody for checking out the video today and hanging out with me here in the shop while I wrench on this stuff, and appreciate it. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe button, and click the all to get all the notifications for everything I do. And as always, if it wasn't for all you guys watching these videos, I wouldn't be making them. So appreciate it, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.